So this morning, the idea was to go down to Moose Island and do an 8-mile threshold at 5:50 pace. And I wanted to go down to Moose Island just so I would have my dad biking next to me because, last week we were told not to bring the bike back onto the track, which is fine for like a shorter workout or just like reps. I can realistically do some of that stuff on my own. I don't need somebody to pace me. But for something like an 8-mile threshold, it is really beneficial having somebody with you and not having to do it by yourself. So I thought, well, we'll go down to Moose Island this morning and we'll try to knock it out. The loop is just under 3/4 a mile long, which is really nice. And I mean, we got there really early, started the workout around 5:30, I believe, 5:40. So things actually ended up working really well. But instead of putting my watch on auto lap for each mile that I ran, I normally have it off just so I don't really have to worry about what I'm doing when I run. It's a little bit more easy for me to not have to worry about pacing and whatnot. I should have put it on auto lap for the mile so I could try to pace myself a little bit easier because obviously I'm not at a track where I can tell my splits each lap. So I ran the first mile, and the next mile I tried to lap it, but I couldn't know, I didn't know exactly where each mile would be. So I just gave up on trying to auto lap each mile. And instead, I just, after the first mile, ran off of feel alone, which, as you'll see, each mile is like very different from the mile before. My mile splits are all over the place, really. And honestly, I don't really mind because I really got to just run this as an 8-mile threshold that was purely based off of effort. I think I started to check my watch every like 2 laps or so, so over a mile, and I was really just seeing what my average pace was. I was just seeing if I was around that 5:50 point, and I was pretty much 5:50, 5:51 for the first 4 or 5 miles, and it wasn't until I checked mile 6 or 7 where it was like 5:49, 5:48 maybe. And I was like, well, you know what? I feel really good and I'm just going to keep going. So we ended up running, I think, around 5:47 average for 8 miles. Obviously, kind of negative split a little bit for some of these miles, which is not bad. The heart rate did jump up a little bit towards the end. I was, getting close to that 177, 178 mark. I think I maxed out my heart rate at 179 throughout this workout. So, it's definitely a little bit higher, but that's pretty much where, threshold heart rate is realistically going to be at. So obviously not a big deal at all. Would have loved for it to be lower, of course, but for, what I did today, I'm not mad about it whatsoever. I think this was a really good workout and pretty good execution. So very happy with that. And the reason why we did a threshold today is actually because later in the week we're going to be doing a double threshold workout. It was originally meant to be today, but I work 1 to 5 this afternoon, so it would have been really hard to do it today. So we switched it to just doing the threshold today and then a double threshold likely on Friday. But I'm actually going to end up going down to St. Charles this weekend because my sister's boyfriend is going to propose to her. So I actually don't know what I'm going to be doing just yet. I'm still like all over the place right now. Like, this is such a crazy thing to be happening, and I'm really excited for her. So I'm really excited to go back down, obviously, and see my sister and, see her get proposed to. But it kind of throws my training a little all over the place because now I think I might have to move the double threshold to Thursday so that I can do my long run on Saturday, or I just have to do a double threshold Friday, long run Saturday, because Saturday night is just going to be chaotic and chaotically fun. So Sunday morning, I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't know how late I'll be awake for. It's just one of those things where you just have to celebrate. Like, I can't just be like, oh, I'm going to bed at 8 because I got to train in the morning. Like, this is one of those times where you really just got to enjoy yourself. So something to worry about into the future. I'm not thinking about it too much right now, but yeah, it kind of just throws a little bit of another gear into all of the training this week. We'll have to figure it out as time goes on, but probably going to do a treadmill double today because it's supposed to get really hot out this afternoon and I don't want to run in the heat. No surprise there. So that'll be nice just to shake out and then take it easy Wednesday and kind of figure out what we're going to do after that point when I talk to Arrow and see what he thinks. But a great workout today overall. One of the biggest downsides of being a runner is just the sheer amount of laundry that I have to do. And that probably goes for like most athletic sports, I guess, in a sense. You go to practice, you got to change when you're done, put on a new pair of clothes. If you have a double, you're going through another set of clothes. I just feel like I'm always doing laundry. I think minimum twice a week, sometimes 3 times if I really, go through it. And tomorrow is not going to help my case because we're actually doing double threshold training again. So this is something that I did throughout the spring that we're going to be restarting this fall. And the idea behind double threshold training is just to do a little bit less amount of work in the first workout so that your body is still able to handle another workout, but you give it more time to recover. So in a sense, you're just doing much more work in a longer period of time, kind of. I don't feel like I probably am explaining it the best way. I mean, there's so many studies out there about double threshold training. You can kind of go watch whatever you want if you really want all the information about it. But what the plan is tomorrow is we are going to start the morning out with some mile repeats. And we'll be doing 6-mile repeats at, I think, 5:30 pace. So we'll go to the track, we'll do that. I'll be by myself tomorrow morning, which, kind of sucks, but not the end of the world. And then in the afternoon, we're doing 2 by 4 mile at 5:50 pace. And it's going to be pretty warm tomorrow, so I think that I'm going to end up doing the second workout on the treadmill. As of right now, that's probably what's going to happen. And not the end of the world. I don't mind doing treadmill workouts. I did that all winter long, so I am quite used to it. Not the most ideal thing in the world by any means, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I could probably run it outside if I really wanted to, but it's just probably going to be too hot. It'll be like a 20-degree difference from morning to night, so definitely don't want to risk it if I don't have to, so I'll probably just do it on the treadmill and get through it. But yeah, I'm honestly just excited to restart double threshold training because I just feel like it gets you so well into shape, and we're going to start doing faster paces, more, closer to that half marathon specific pace, which I'm very excited about. So that'll go down tomorrow morning, but, first things first, I got to take care of everything before that, get everything ready to go for tomorrow and then attack it when the time comes. We are 2 reps down, 5:30 for both of them. Very nice. Feeling it a little bit on that second one, but I think I'm going to be okay. Only problem is there's children on the track now, meaning I have to put the camera away. Don't want to get in trouble. I also only have 25 more seconds to rest, so I'll see you guys when I'm done.
The workout this morning went honestly a lot better than I thought it was going to going into it. Looking at that 5:30 pace was a little daunting, I won't lie. I was very hesitant to believe that I could hit all the reps at 5:30 without, really expending a lot of energy. And I won't lie, like I probably went a little harder than I should have to hit 5:30 each rep, but some reps, like I was just going a little too fast. And that's just like one of the things with pacing. You gotta relearn what 5:30 pace feels like, because I haven't done 5:30 pace in a while. This is the first time this season, so it's just a learning experience at the end of the day, trying to figure out what that pace feels like again. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm a little sad that I didn't get to record too much, but like 200 of these high school girls just flooded the track for powder puff practice, I'm assuming. And I was like, what is going on? So I had to put the camera away, which kind of sucks, but not the end of the world. And yeah, I'm just getting ready now for the second workout later. We're going to do 2 by 4 mile at 5:50 pace. I'm pretty sure I already said this, but yeah, we'll do that up on the treadmill at the gym. And this will be interesting. I don't think it's going to be at 5:50 pace, just because I don't think the treadmill has a 5:50 exact. It'll probably be like 5:52, 5:51, maybe 5:49. I'm not really too sure. I'd prefer to go slower than faster if possible, but we'll see when we get there. I just need to now rest and make sure I'm ready to go for the afternoon session. So like I had said right before the workout, the original plan was to do 2 by 4 miles at 5:50. The treadmill had 5:49 and 5:52 as options, and I just felt really good, so I decided to go with 5:49 pace. And then through like the third mile, I felt absolutely fantastic. And I texted my coach in the middle of the third mile and said, "Hey, can I just do the whole 8 miles straight and like not stop in between?" He said, "Yeah, that's fine." So I just ended up doing the entire 8 miles in one go. I felt really, really good. The last mile, I won't lie, I definitely need to use the bathroom, and that hurt just a little bit. But like my heart rate was like perfect. I think I maxed out 169 with a average of around 158, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, that's just like such a good day of work. I was very, very much just not sure what was going to happen with the half marathon coming up, if I was really going to even be able to attempt 5:20 average pace. But a day like this really does kind of put into perspective like how much, fitness you kind of obtain over time. Like this is not something I could have done a month ago, but as you continue to stack these 90-mile weeks and continue this threshold work, like your training inevitably is going to get a little bit harder, but your fitness is going to get higher. And it's just a great feeling, because it's definitely a little bit of a confidence booster. I don't think I'm quite where I want to be for the half marathon just yet, and I only have like 2 more weeks to get there. But I do think with another double threshold or two, we're going to get close. I don't know if I have enough time to get into 5:20 shape, but I'm going to do everything in my ability to get there, and I think that's really what matters. And yeah, it was just a great day overall, and I cannot wait to go to sleep because I am exhausted. was originally supposed to do my long run this morning, but somehow Johnny Key convinced me to wait until I got down to St. Charles and do it with him and his brother on Sunday. His brother obviously preparing for the Chicago Marathon, so he's got like a 20-mile long run Sunday morning. So that's actually the plan now. I don't know how to feel about it because I don't know how long I'm gonna be up tonight. Like, it could be a very late night because I think like the party after Justin proposes to my sister is supposed to be like 8 o'clock. So I don't know what to expect. You guys know that I do not stay up late for like anything, but I think this is like the one time where it's like, you know, it's my sister getting engaged. I'm obviously gonna stay up and party or whatever. Not party, but like hang out with everybody and, you know, be a part of it, I guess I could say. So really don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah, I guess I'll still be getting up around like 4:30 tomorrow morning and going to the Katy Trail to do my long run, which is definitely not ideal, but at the same time, my legs are still so sore from today that this morning's run was quite slow. I probably could have done 16 miles in 2 hours if I really pushed it, but it might honestly be better that I'm doing this tomorrow, long run wise, doing the long run tomorrow instead of doing it today. So, you know, everything works out in the end. You know, as long as I get through it, and it should be a pretty good time running with people, so that'll be nice. And yeah, just want to enjoy myself tonight because it's a pretty big night. His phone.
There was so many. I was like, 1, 2, 3.
No, we're about to run. We got 17 miles to knock out, so the earlier the better. We're just waiting on his brother.
Yeah.
He's got the bike and his brother's running with us, so. It really does.
Yeah.
It's too hot out too. I don't know what happened to the weather. It was such a beautiful week and then all of a sudden 70 degrees. I was like, oh no.
I was like sweating doing nothing. I'm like, it's not even that hot, but
It feels terrible.
Alright.
Hey, have a good rest of your morning.
Run.
Thank you.
Has the bike arrived? There he is. He's gonna hit you.
So for the long run this morning, the goal was to do 17 miles, and obviously I was doing it with the Key brothers. Very happy that I ended up deciding to do this. And Johnny is still a little injured, so he's on the bike this morning, but I gave him my old camera that is very small and pretty easy to use. But unfortunately, Johnny just doesn't understand how to bike and with one hand. So he tried to take some clips for us, but yeah, they're something else, honestly. Not a big deal though. It was honestly just super nice to be able to run with somebody, especially Nathan and Johnny, like just two of the coolest people I've ever really met. Obviously, me and Johnny are really close, and getting to talk to Nate about everything that he's done and is doing. He's actually running the Chicago Marathon this year in 3 weeks from now. So just really a cool experience overall. And like I said, it's just so nice to run with people again. So shout out to the Keys. That's the second family right there. Yeah, it was a good morning, and I'm still just a little like shook of what happened yesterday. Like, I've known that my sister was going to be engaged since like Tuesday this week, and I still don't really know how to take the news. It's just so weird to me, but it's so exciting at the same time. I mean, it's my little sister. Like, I love her to death, and the the man she's engaged to, my future brother-in-law, Justin. Oh, I love Justin. He's the trio of me and Johnny and then him. So I'm just super glad. I couldn't be happier with the person that she ended up with, and I can't wait for the wedding. Hopefully that's not for a long time from now, because man, I need time to prepare for that. And yeah, it's just been a great weekend. 90-mile week, of course. And oh my God, I just don't know how to fully react besides just being so happy for her, so happy for Justin. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I'm still a little shook. So that's it. That's all for me this week. We'll be back next week. Double threshold training this week went really well. We'll probably do another one next week, and then maybe one more the week after, before tapering a little bit for the half marathon itself. And then we'll go from there. This is by no means the end of the season. We're really just getting into like the middle of it. So this half marathon won't be peak by any means, but the goal is to go sub 110. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm going to do my best. So shout out to you guys for making it this far if you did. And I will see you guys all next week. Thank you to all my channel members, all my supporters, everybody who watches the videos. You guys do really mean the world to me. I appreciate it so much. And with that being said, take care. Love all things. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.